She grabbed my hand, girls rescue, met the bar, witnessing. Tears fled the head, I'm waiting, I guess she tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, I'm drinking less. Bathroom says, best to get spontaneous. I stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as I rise like fireworks. Smell through the bat, don't touch my
Yo, hey. Hopefully you guys got to see the game that Nathan and I witnessed tonight. The Thunder took care of business, 108-105, and loved what I saw from the Thunder tonight. I mean, they fought back. They played hard. We got hit in the mouth. They still came up and still won the game. And but you know what, though? And I'm joined by my guy, Nathan Taylor, YNB. You know, Nathan, the thing I loved about tonight is that this is a culmination, I think, of the last 2 years. Because starting at, not last year, but the end of the year before that, Josh and Josh and SGA and those guys, every game we won was a struggle. Was in the fourth quarter, making play after play after play. Last year, same thing, adding J-Dub in there. And just making play after play after play on the defensive end. Start getting the stop when you need it, then coming back. And, of course, Dort with the three, SGA with the three, then J-Dub with the three, then Chet finished him off with the three, and then, of course, SGA finished him off with the free throws. And it was nice him getting a steal back from Donovan, and Donovan picked his pocket, remember? Earlier in the fourth quarter when he first came in the game. Donovan picked his pocket, and SGA picked his pocket to seal the game. So
yeah, but you see Dort hustling him after him on that play. That
yes,
he did. Yeah, he was trying to get his boy back.
Well, I mean, I thought that the Cavaliers overall had a great game plan for us. Not, cutting off the lane, not giving anything, sinking back, making us to be 3-point shooters. And we were at the beginning of the quarter, first quarter, and then we kind of tailed off a little bit towards the second and third quarter, and then at the end of the game when we had to make plays, And Chet's block at the end was unbelievable. Great block on Mobley at the end of the game, which really, I don't know if it sealed it, but it pretty much sealed the game. I don't know if it sealed it, but it sealed it. You agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, Chet played really, really good enough.
Yeah, he did. And, Dort came up second. I believe he was second.
I hate to admit it, yep. He played really well tonight, too.
And, and that was the thing. This is the deal. In every great team or very good team, you have to have, your best player has to perform every night. I mean, he can't take nights off. If a bad night for him has to be 25 on. And, really, SJ was what tonight? 15 for 30.
15 for 26?
20, yeah, whatever it was. Still efficient, but he usually doesn't shoot that much. He shoots about 22 to 24 max times, but, he had to get a shot off. He couldn't make a shot. But my thing is this, Nathan, no free throws to the end of the game to seal it. Really?
That's exactly where I was fixing to go.
I mean, really?
Where I'm going. He got no love whatsoever.
None.
Every single call.
And all I know is from the time I played in the league to before I played, after I played, if a guy leaves his feet and you jump into him, that's a foul.
Yep. Just you're talking about like
on the baseline. On the baseline. That's a foul.
Yes.
Okay, in the history of the NBA, the modern NBA, that's a foul. You leave your feet, you know you're dead because everybody, including me and everybody else, when they leave their feet, they jump. And the first thing you see them turn like, oh, they know it's over.
Yeah.
You know it's over. You leave your feet, you watch 90% of people turn their head and go, oh, got me. And he didn't get the call on the baseline right in front of the official.
The thing that bothers me is he does gripe a little bit, but not very much. And Mitchell was griping after every single call, and he was getting call after call after call. I'm not one to gripe about the refs, man. I really don't like doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
But that was horrible.
That was bad. So let's say the Thunder, of course, win 105 to prove the 2-0 on the season with a huge stretch coming ahead of us, and we'll talk about that later. But once again, we started the game with our normal starting lineup, minus, should I say it?
Go for it, man.
Minus Trey Mann.
Yeah.
Dude, that was I still can't believe he did that. Anyway,
Yeah.
SGA, Josh, Dort, Chet, and J Dub was our start. We got out to a 7-0 run, which I was not happy about
So
because
I made the mistake, man.
what's that?
I didn't look at the time. I didn't look at the time of the game. I thought it was at 7 like every other night.
Yeah,
So I get home and I was like, oh, the first what? The first quarter over?
yeah,
I didn't see the entire first quarter.
yeah. It started early tonight.
Mm-hmm.
They started at the same time they started the Celtics game at 6:45. Basically, it was supposed to be 7. It was not. And I thought that threw a lot of people off, by the way. But anyway, unfortunately, I got here at home and I was watching it. And I was putting everything together, and I thought, wait a minute, wait, what? Why is the game starting? I mean, I literally turned it on to do pregame. I'm like, why is the game starting? I'm like, wow,
Right.
okay. And fortunately, I got lucky that I got home quicker. But anyway, we got off to a 7-0 start. And the thing that I love about tonight, two things that were corrected tonight that we talked about the other night. One, SJ tried to throw a lob to Chet. It was terrible. Chet,
Mm-hmm.
Chet can't jump that high. You got to throw it towards the rim. You can't throw it towards the top of the square. Okay, so it was a little out of his reach.
You talking about the one you got fouled on now?
No, the alley oop that
Okay.
he missed. This is the first half, first
Okay.
quarter.
Okay, I didn't see it then.
And then Chet went down, and SGA came over and helped him up. So those are two things that I really like that I saw compared to my issues in game one, which you know that I griped about. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so those two issues were fixed. I like that. I like where Chet is blocking shots. We missed Jay Will. God.
Oh, do
I'm
we ever
sorry.
My goodness. You bring Jang off the bench, dude. Get him. Keep him on the bench, man.
He is just
He's not ready.
he's just not. He's not ready. I wonder if he's our second coming of Baisley.
Either that or Jeremy Lamb.
Well, he's better. Well, he's better than Baisley. He can shoot better. He's more consistent than Baisley. But I'm wondering if because they drafted Baisley as a project, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And you drafted Jang. Remember, we gave up draft picks to get Jang.
Yeah, and you could have had Brandon Clark instead of Baisley. Brandon Clark. I mean, he's not a great player, but he's a beast around the rim.
Yeah, he is. So, but anyway, that's they choose who they chose. But anyway, those are my two takes that I loved right off the jump. Of course, they came back and then with 17, it was 17-14 with 4 minutes to go. This was a defensive struggle. Okay, it was physical.
Cleveland's got some defenders, don't they?
Yeah, they're long and they defend, and we're long and we defend. And you know, one of the things I talked about earlier, a biggest issue that I have with the Thunder is our defensive issues. We have to defend the perimeter, and we did the first half. And but anyway, you had SGA, Josh, Kaysen played a lot tonight, and I think he's earned his way. I think he's earned his way. And
I'm a huge fan.
But I'm gonna say this: to me, the best defensive lineup you got is SGA, Dort, Kaysen, Wiggins, and then J. Will or Chet.
Yes.
That's what I've seen. That's your five right there because they're all interchangeable.
Not a bad offensive team either.
No, not a bad offensive team. But the only thing offensively I would trade, even though Dort was big tonight, but I would put J Dub in there. So I would do SGA, J Dub, Kaysen.
So you wouldn't put J Dub instead of Wiggins?
No, I want Wiggins. Wiggins is a much better defensive player.
Okay.
I mean, Wiggins is probably he and Dort to me probably our best wing defenders.
Okay.
That's just for anyway.
I don't know, man. SGA is getting really, really good, dude.
No, he is getting better. He is, he is good, but he's not quite. I mean, SGA is shifty. Is what that's the word I'm going to use. Not in a bad way, but SGA is shifty. Offensively, defensively, he's shifty. That's kind of how I look at him. Okay, I think he's just shifty to me. That's the way I look at him. But anyway, into the first quarter, the game was we handled the first quarter as we normally do. We normally are in the lead after the first quarter because SGA plays the whole first quarter. We were up 31-26. The Cavs were 9 for 22. And we were 3 for 4. Actually, they were 1 for 9. The first quarter.
Oh, yeah,
they were 1 for 9.
23. Yeah, that's awful.
This was, I don't know what this, I didn't redo that for whatever reason, but
They
everything
got
else
good
is,
shooters too.
yeah, but I'm just saying, we were defensively, we were just all over 'em, but we only had 2 points scoring on the bench. That wasn't Lindy Waters. Uh,
I think he knows about our bet, dude. I swear to God, he's going to play him at least 1 minute every
no,
night.
bro, I'm telling you, he loves Lindy Waters. I'm telling you, he does. And I'm sorry, he is the 17th or 18th best player we got of our 18. He's 17.
Right. Yeah.
I'll even give you 16. Okay, but
Okay.
you,
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, I think both of our two-way guys. He's definitely the worst two-way guy.
but he always plays him at the same time with 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Okay, he plays for a minute and then doesn't get off the bench after that. And to me, it's like, why are you even playing him?
Right.
I mean,
I mean,
is he
yeah.
going to get? Does he have something in his contract that he has to get 82 minutes?
I mean, maybe.
I
I
mean,
don't know. We'll see.
if you play 82 minutes, you get an extra bonus. I mean, I don't.
You better hope he doesn't get hurt in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Right. And I like I said, I really like the kid. Okay.
Oh yeah,
I do, but I'm just going, guys. You can't. I don't want him on the court in front of Wiggins. I don't want him in the court in front of Wiggins. I mean, in front of Kaysen. I don't want him on the court instead of Michik. I don't want him on the court instead of Isaiah Joe. I don't want him on the court instead of Lou Dort. I don't want him on the court instead of Josh. I don't want him on the court instead of SGA. Oh, SGA's already out there. I don't want him on the court in front of any of them.
I want Trey Man out there before him.
Yes, but Trey is done.
No, he is.
After to me, when you put the shot of you into the starting thing on the Slam magazine, and you lost me there, bro. You lost me there.
You know who he reminds me of? He's not as good as him, but kind of reminds me of Reggie Jackson on that team.
Yeah.
On that other team.
Oh, I thought
he wrote. What did he write? He wrote SP on his sneakers when Westbrook was hurt.
Yes.
Starting point guard.
Yes. And I put it up. I thought it was in my Thunder news, but it wasn't. But I'm gonna say this right now. The Thunder, to me, I tell you, I'm gonna get to it in a minute because we got to get there first, the third quarter. But anyway, start the second quarter, which is once again my keys to the game. Like I said, my keys are going to be pretty much my keys every game. Okay, every game my keys are going. These are pretty much my keys to every game. I'm not going to change them. Pretty much, I might change I don't think I can change it. I don't think I can change it. You got to get off to a good start in the second and fourth quarters. We got to play good perimeter defense. The coach has to play the correct lineups, and Josh has got to be aggressive.
Well, I think when Kenrich and Jay Will get healthy, I think you're going to see a more crisper lineup because he's not going to be throwing Jang out there for
every 2 seconds.
Why isn't Bergeron playing at all? Like, come on, man.
You know what? And I'm going to say this about Michik. He came in the second quarter, played pretty good.
He played a couple good minutes for us.
Yeah. His thing is he's so used to making passes in traffic in the EuroLeague that you can't make here. The guys are way quicker, way more athletic. You can't make the passes, those tight window passes that he's trying to make. You can't make those here. Not on this level.
I mean,
this is not the EuroLeague.
You can just straight up say it. You know what I mean? The NBA doesn't have a bunch of white stiffs.
Well, even over there, there's black stiffs. They're Wembanyama put it perfectly. The European League is way more physical than the NBA because guys are not as quick, not as athletic. So they're more on the ground. They're less in the air. So they're a lot more physical because they got to push and shove and grab more because they can't jump up and block shots and do things. So they're pretty much stuck on what they can and cannot do in the European League. So I agree with him there. And Michik can make passes that you can't make here. You just can't. But he knocked down a huge three in rhythm. The one thing I saw about him that I liked today, he was off the ball more. He wasn't trying to catch the ball a lot because he was playing with SGA. So that had a lot to do with it. It's like, okay, he's the man. And I noticed that everybody was giving SGA the ball tonight, letting him be in charge. So that got fixed as well. So we fixed, everybody giving him the ball. We fixed him and Chet's picking Chet up off the floor. And we fixed him trying to pass the ball to Chet in the alley oop. So those are things that we fixed that I liked. And anyway, Chet just blocking shots, but our defensive play tonight, out in transition, doing all the things that we need to do. It was really nice. Our defense was really good in transition tonight, and half court defense.
It's nice to have some rim protection, man. I mean, we haven't had that in such a long time.
Yeah, since Ibaka.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, we forgot what it was like and how much it changes the game. I mean, it makes team defense a lot easier.
Well, and also the difference is when we have J. Will, it's not that we block shots, but he gets the charges.
He gets the charges. That's right.
He gets the charges, and then tonight Chet was blocking the shots, which is going to be nice. And you and I love those two playing together. And this is my lineup that I'm really going to like. I think. Okay, when you've got SGA, Kaysen, either Dort or J Dub, either one, and Josh too, any one of those three with those two, and Chet and J Will.
Yeah,
I'm going to like that lineup a lot.
Well, your favorite announcer calls J. Will's defense, what does he call it? Below the rim protection?
Below the rim protection. Well, that's what it is. Below the rim protection. That's what it is, right? I mean, isn't it?
Well,
I can't disagree with that.
Your favorite announcer who knows everything about basketball and is never a homer.
Yeah. And then
he coined that term.
I'm going to say this. SGA goes out where, he didn't put him back in until 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. What are you? I don't understand this guy. He is going to cost us against good teams. He's going to cost us some games because of, and Randy, bad as I hate to admit it, the commander is right on the point with him. Randy doesn't like him because of one simple thing. He doesn't like his lineup decisions and when he plays people. He doesn't like it. And he's right on the money. But I will say this, Nathan, his OB calls are unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He draws up some nice OB, by the way, out of bounds, guys, for those of you who don't know what OB is. OB is out of bounds plays. Yes.
Some good X's and O's.
In out of bounds plays.
Mm-hmm.
In out of bounds plays. When you come out of a timeout.
He just doesn't play the right people.
Right. He just doesn't play the right people. And Randy, the commander, he's on the point. Or as he says, all right. He's all right is what he is. Because he doesn't play the right it's like, I'm like, dude, when the game, when I'm sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead, Nate.
I would say, unless we're up by 20 points, SGA should come back with 8 minutes to go in the second and fourth quarter every single game. Or maybe 7.5. But he's got to. For this team to win, SGA has to play 36 to 40 minutes every day.
He has to play at least 30. I would say, minimum of 36. Mm-hmm. But my deal is when the games get tight and they have their best player on the floor in the fourth quarter, SGA is going to have to be called on to play 9 minutes if that's what it takes.
That's right. Well, they got their best player on the floor. If we don't, why not? I don't get it.
I don't get it. And he put him in there at 7 minutes ago, but anyway, we'll get there. So at halftime, here are the stats at half. The Thunder up 52-42. And, of course, we closed out the second quarter with SGA, Kaysen, SGA, Dort, J-Dub. We ended the quarter in our starting five, okay? And it was 44-36 with 3 minutes and 56 seconds to go, and he had the starters in there, okay? And we ended up the quarter 52-42. So that's the way that ended. So we ended up just getting a 2-point advantage. But once again, why are you putting SGA in there 3 minutes later than what he should be in the game?
Yeah, no.
I mean, when the best, like Donovan Mitchell played 40 minutes, SGA's got to play 40 minutes. I mean, I know that we've got other players, but when their best player is on the court, you have to, especially they didn't have Garland. They'll have Garland when they come to Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a different game when they come here. Plus, they'll be in our house, so we'll see how it is. The Cavs were 3 for 22. Like I said, they were 1 for 9 the first quarter, not 9 for 22. They were 1 for 9. They ended up being 3 for 22 for the half. 32% field goal percentage, 25 rebounds, 24 points in the paint, 7 turnovers. Oklahoma City 5 for 12, 43% from the field. Out rebounded them by 3, and they took care of us in the post. They closed the paint off. They shut the paint off tonight for us. But the alarming thing to me is 8 turnovers in a half.
Yeah,
That's way too many. Way too many.
Yeah, they were very sloppy with the ball tonight.
Yeah, you can't beat good teams if you're going to do that. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
Let's see, Josh had how many Josh had?
What, turnovers?
Yeah, he had 3 turnovers.
Yeah, he wasn't, but it wasn't the fact of one person. It was collectively how we turned it over in the third quarter 3 or 4 times in a row. We threw one pass, we bound. I mean, we're taking it out of bounds, and you don't even pass. Y'all miscommunicate which way you're going. The ball didn't even come in, and we threw it away.
Shea and Dort both had 5. Shea had 5 turnovers too.
Yeah, well, he got a couple things that were fouls that were not called. Now, Donovan Mitchell picked his pocket. That's a turnover. Okay,
yeah.
Donovan Mitchell picked his pocket, and then he had a couple. He had the one where he tried to come in the lane and pass the ball out. That got stolen. But for the most part, what was going on was great defense on their part. They had a great defensive plan for the Thunder, which is why we have to step up our game. I mean, we have to. You know what I'm saying? We have to step up our game as far as we got to get more shooters. And I like Kaysen in the game. I just like his stroke. Do you not?
He's above and beyond. No, he's going to have some offense. Every night
no doubt. Everybody's going to have off nights. Isaiah Joe was way off tonight.
Here's 3 kind of just tidbits that I took away tonight. Kaysen looks
first
like
half. Only the first half.
Okay. All right.
We're not on the whole game yet. We're first half. That's why I caught myself there because I wanted to talk about something that was the third quarter and we're still in the second quarter. So, what was your takeaway for the first half, based on the numbers?
It's thought that we could have been up by a lot more.
Yes.
I think that if he would have put SGA back in with 6-7 minutes to go, we probably would have been up 16, 18 points.
Yes, because and this is the thing that drives me nuts about him. And, like I told Randy today, I was like, I was trying to go against him for the last year and a half. But I'm sorry, I can't. He's right. He's right. I tried to defend Coach D, tried to give him, some deniability, whatever I was trying to do. And Randy is just he's his decision making and his rotations are just terrible. I mean, my deal is this. And then, go ahead. Sorry.
Shay's going to start probably trying to either ignore him or, try to take the
No, because last year he got up. They were making a run at us. He stood up, and it was about 9 minutes or so to go, so it was a little early, but he felt the run coming. So he stood up, and he was walking to get himself in the game. Dagnott stopped him and sent him back to the bench. And they went on and scored his 8-2. I went on an 8-2 run in that period.
I have a feeling that Shay's going to just ignore him one time.
He's not going to ignore him. He's not going to do that.
Oh, my God.
He's not going to do that.
I hope so.
But my thing is this: he doesn't have a feel for the game. Because we starting out, just basically what we were doing and what we can do and what we were doing aren't the same, and you can't do that. So, but anyway,
we talked about this the other night, like Rain Man Scott Brooks.
Yep. I mean, the first half though, my takeaway is several things. One, we fixed the SGA, all the stuff what was going on, him not being passed. All that stuff got fixed. Him and Chet, all that got fixed. That was my first takeaway. My second takeaway was our perimeter defense was outstanding. Every shot they got was contested. We weren't giving them anything. And then every time they did, we did contest them out. And you go to the lane, Chet was coming up with a big block.
Right.
Or doing some sort of shot where he was altering something or altering the shot. So because he probably had another 3 or 4 shots that he changed the trajectory of the shot.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but then when you put Jang in there, he just.
Oh my God, dude. He's so slow. He can't guard anybody.
And he can't. And the inside, he's useless. He is what he is a 3-point. He's a shooter. He's not a player.
Right.
He's a shooter.
And that's where that position right there is where you need to put Wiggins in.
You need to have what the problem is. You got to have a big. He was supposedly our big.
Well, you got to have Bertans or Jay Will. When
Bertans, anybody you can have, but But you remember, he's a developer of players. Okay.
Well,
you get a veteran coach. A veteran coach is going to play Bertans. Not him.
Go,
but then remember, also we're putting Bertans on a minutes restriction because we're not trying to pay him.
Right, 75% of the games.
Yeah, so we're not trying to pay him. Okay, so that's what that is. I mean, I feel sorry for him, but that's business, bro.
Don't you think that maybe if Kenrich was healthy, he would have been in that situation?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
But if Jay Will is healthy, he's in that situation.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're going to see Kenrich and Jay Will play a lot together, though.
Yeah. My thing is this: is that like I said, to me, I know you love K. Will, but my deal is you either have Chet and or Jay Will on the court. And then when you want to go,
well, if you got
the only time you have Kendricks on there is if you're trying to go small.
If you have Chet and Kendricks at the same time, Kendricks can guard the 5, Chet can guard the 4 because Chet can't guard the 5. Man.
Right.
He can't guard.
But my thing is this: Chet can't rebound as good as I thought he was going to be able to.
No, he is a little. Yeah, he's going to have to.
He gets pushed around quite a bit. He doesn't rebound as well as I thought he was going to rebound. So, but that's why I put him at. That's why I put.
Maybe if he's on the floor with Jay Will a little bit more, because Jay Will can box out a lot better than he can. So
yes.
Maybe that'll free him up.
That'll help, right. That's what I'm saying. Those two playing together is going to huge difference because Jay Will, 1, he boxes out. 2, he can go up and get a rebound. 3, he can take up a bunch of space, which allows J-Dub or Dort or SGA or Josh to slide in the background and get a rebound off the side while he's tying up 2 people in the paint, which allows somebody else to go get a rebound. So he does bring that aspect to us. So that being said, here are our sponsors for today. We appreciate the guys at Collaborative Logic for keeping us up and running, keeping everything smooth. By the way, Nathan, they're working on putting us a deal where people can now call in. So instead of sending texts, they can call in, and we can get call in. So we're working on getting that done right now. They're researching how we can tie that into our Zoom or whatever so people can call in and we can talk to them. And then
put people on hold?
Yes.
Put them on hold.
Yeah, anybody can call in and talk to us, which I think will probably really upgrade our listenership and people want to talk to us because the Skype thing. Yeah, and because the Skype, they're not quite doing that yet. I think we've only had 3 Skypes in the hit since we've been doing Skype. SRB, if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, they love to be behind the scenes. They are great in designing whatever plan that you have for buildings or complexes or whatever it is you want to do. They can make sure that it doesn't flood, everything runs properly. So we appreciate them. As well as YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank. Oh, I'm sorry, since 1912. You go ahead.
The bank that makes things happen.
Yes, they are. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. Proud sponsor for us to support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. And, of course, you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into the main bank and see them at 401 Elm, YNB East, which is off the Parkway in 66th or 39th Street, YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40 right there. And then YNB People's, the bank I always go to, 6201 Northwest 23rd, because it's in Bethany. And the only time I got to go to UConn is when the commander is summoning me or we're doing the show. And it's not good to be called in the commander's office, bro. It's not.
No,
it's not a good thing to be called in the commander's office.
I always pucker a little bit until I get in there.
Yeah. And then, of course, our latest sponsor, Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pimpleton Agency. located at 4609 Southeast 29th in Dale City, Oklahoma. Monday through Thursday, they're open from 9 to 5. Fridays from 9 to 1. Closed Saturdays and Sundays. And they're proudly serving the Middale area since 1982. So go ahead and check out Mark Pimbleton, and we appreciate them coming on as our newest sponsor here for After the Storm. Appreciate those guys. Now, Nathan, in the third quarter, this is when I thought the Thunder really, all the work, which is what we were going to talk about earlier, and I had to switch it back. And you can talk about what you're going to talk about now since we're into that part of the show. I thought that you knew they were going to make a run because the Cavs are no pushovers, and I did not know that that the Cavs and the Thunder had the most 10-point lead comebacks in the NBA last year. Did you know that?
I knew the Thunder were up there, but I didn't know the Cavs were up there.
We led the NBA. So they led the East, we led the West in 10-point comebacks for wins.
Crazy.
So that was pretty crazy. But you knew they were going to make a comeback. You knew they're at home. That's like us at home. If we're down 10, you come start the third quarter. You know the crowd's going to be. We're going to make a run. Get the crowd into it.
Everybody makes a run.
Right, and then, of course, they started out 2 for 2 from 3, and I went, here we go.
Here we go.
And they just had too many they were getting open look after open look. But Donovan Mitchell is one of these guys that once he gets rolling, kind of like Dame was last night. He was spectacular last night. God.
And I'll bet you Giannis over there going, man.
Yeah, it's so nice. Thank you.
I love this guy.
Thank you.
I love this guy. Yes.
Thank you, God, for bringing me that guy. So anyway, D. Mitchell was just killing us. But he didn't come off the floor, I don't think. What did he play? And what did I say? He ended up playing 42 minutes?
He played 42, something
like that. 42 minutes out of 48. He just didn't come off the floor. But without Darius Garland, and the whole thing is that when he was going against our second unit, he was killing him. He was killing him. And that's why Dort ended up playing. I think Dort played 39 minutes or something like that because you had to have him you had to have him out there trying to guard it. Well, at least slow him down. Guys like that, you don't.
If they would have called the 6th foul on Dort, I think we would have lost that game.
Yeah. I agree that you got to give them that because hell, they didn't give us SGA no fouls, no free throws. That is just he had over almost 700 free throws last year, and you're telling me. But what other game did that happen last year? And I think we lost the game. That was it Miami. Some game he only had 4 free throws. Oh no, it wasn't Miami. It wasn't Miami. It was who was it? Indiana. Who was it?
I don't remember.
I was at the end of the year, and we were going on that run, and he got. I think I want to say he shot 4 free throws. And he was getting killed. He was getting killed. I'm like, wow. And he gripes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But
he did. He griped a little bit more tonight than he has been than I've ever seen him.
Yeah, because he's like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you not giving me the call? And I don't blame him for that.
The thing about SGA is that I really like is he didn't berate him though. Like he goes up there and kind of says, hey guys, that was kind of a foul. Yeah, obviously I don't know what he's saying, but to me it looks like, like, hey, look out,
Yeah.
And the other guys just like throw their hands up and start cussing at the guy.
Oh yeah. He's just looking at him. He's the quiet superstar. But I'll say this, it was 62-62. So they went on a 2010 run on us to catch us with 6 minutes to go. So all of a sudden you've got SGA, Dort, Micic, and Kaysen and Jang.
Yeah.
And he's just not ready. And then of course Chet may have been out 45 seconds. And he stuck Chet in the game for about a minute and then put Jang back in for him. And I'm like, okay, why are you even taking Jang out if you're going to put Chet back in after a minute? Him back in after a minute. Did you pull him out to talk to him? And encourage him, coach him up?
Yeah. Did Aaron Wiggins have to go to the bathroom or something?
Or? Are you trying to coach him up? I don't really get it. But I will say this. Micic, once he understands this is not the EuroLeague, he'll be fine. But
he had some stupid turnovers tonight, but I think it's only his first game, so he's just got to get
the understanding. That's what I was saying. He did that in preseason, and I'm like, bro, you can't make those passes here. But he's been playing over there for what, 10 years?
Oh, 9 years, 10 years.
So
10
he
years,
it's going to take him probably mid-season before
it's gonna
he
take him some
probably
time.
can adjust to the NBA. Probably.
Here's what I want to see too, man. I want to see, and I think it's already going to happen, but I want to see, because in preseason, if you remember, man, he was just dribble too. He wouldn't pass the ball.
Right.
And I think if Kaysen can assert himself as the dominant force on the second unit, which I think he already has.
I think he has.
Him and Isaiah Joe, but Kaysen will be the dominant, ball handler. And if he can do that, which I think he will, then I think Micic will play off the ball and kind of fall in line.
Which is what he did today. He played off ball today.
Yes.
So he played off ball today. But I will say this: I saw one thing when when they had this lineup. They had Micic in the corner, Jang in the other corner, and then they had Dort out up at the top, and they had Kaysen on the baseline right just at the paint. And then Kaysen came up to set the double team, and then of course they switched off and double team SGA, and then nobody came, so SGA had to throw the cross court pass, and that's where you miss Josh, because Josh is smart and when he saw the double team coming, Josh would have ran to the middle to the free throw line, in order to catch that pass to open up the lane. But none of those other guys you had on the court didn't do that.
No, which when Jay Will gets in the game, he'll do that.
I hope so.
I think he runs to that free throw line pretty well.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying is that, when you had Jang in the corner, you had Micic in the corner, you had Dort on the wing, you had Kaysen down low. Well, Kaysen went up to set the screen and popped out. And then Dort stayed where he was, Micic stayed where he was, Jang stayed where he was, and they double hit. Jang's man left, the other guy rotated up. And I'm like thinking, Micic, why don't you run to the open lane right there? You're trying to sit out there and shoot a three.
Steven Adams, he used to do a lot of that. And he'd come in that free throw line and he catch the pass and then he'd distribute from there. I think you're going to see Jay Will do that a lot more and
when he's in the game, but I'm saying he wasn't in the game. I'm saying when this is the lineup he had. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the lineup we had right then. You got to have one of those. We got to get one of those guys to come to the lane. You can't just stand there and wait for the pass. You have, because if Josh is in the game, Josh is immediately going to run there. Jay will too. Granted, but neither one of them were there, and that's what I'm saying. One of these guys have to be able to step up, and I don't know how you resolve that other than to I don't know what you do.
Well, you gotta have a better basketball IQ guy in the game. I mean, you have to. Whether that be, you can't have that lineup. You just can't. You gotta have, I don't know, maybe Kenrich, or I know you get tired of me talking about him, but and I know he's hurt, but you have to have somebody better that knows.
But Kendrick does it. But what I'm saying is he don't come to that spot either. The only two people that do it are.
I think his IQ is high enough to where he would, though.
But the only two people who do that consistently are Jay Will and Josh.
What other options you got? You don't have any other options.
What I'm saying is those are no. K. Will has a high IQ, but I'm just saying the only two that really read that play when that happens are Josh and Jay Will consistently. K. Rich does it. K. Rich does it every now and then, but consistently those two reach it. Now, I'm like, my problem with K. Rich is that he can only play the five, and he's too small to play the five when we have a big lineup. But yet you play him anyway. And I'm like, he's too little. I mean, I understand if you want to go small and they're small, then he is perfect for that. But when their guy is 6'10", 6'11", and you're trying to put him in there so we can go a small lineup, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
It only works a small lineup when he's actually knocking down threes or something, but they're going to kill us offensively on offensive rebounds because he can't rebound. And then you got five short guys trying to rebound against 6'10", 6'9" athletic. It ain't happening.
Mm-mm.
So that's my issue with that. I do like him. I just don't like him as much as you do. I mean, really, I don't. I mean, I just don't.
I think one of my big attractions to him is he just hustles his ass off, man.
Oh, they all hustle now in this group. They all hustle. The one thing about this team, they all hustle. They all play hard because there's no way that you're down in the fourth quarter the way you were, okay, and you go on a 12. What was it? A 14 to 5.
I think 12.
What was it? I think overall
15-2.
15-2 run
Before Mitchell hit
that three. So you have to hustle because defense. Like, what did you say about defense? It's what?
Oh, it travels, man. It travels.
But what did you call defense? In order to have defense, you got to do what? Have heart. And then you said, isn't that what you always said?
Yeah. It's all about effort.
It's all about effort. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I don't think you can say about this team there's lack of effort because when they tied it up at 62-62, and then you got the starters back in the game at the end, and then we ended up closing out the third quarter. And so I was in. I mean, I like this team. And I know I'm almost a homer, not quite. I'm a realist. I am. I'm a realist, not quite there, but 79-75. The Cavs were now 8 for 35, and 39%, 26 rebounds, 38 pips in the paint, points in the paint. 11 turnovers.
How awesome would it have been to see Chet and Mobley play in the same front court? That'd be a hell of a combination, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. It would. But I thought Chet held his own. He got his shot blocked. He came back and blocked Mobley, and that was a huge block. But we'll talk about that when we get there.
It's because Mobley doesn't weigh 250, 260.
Yeah, they're both thin.
Yeah, so I mean, because he didn't get bullied around like he did the other night against Drummond and the other guy, whoever. I can't remember the guy's name.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Then Oklahoma City, of course, was 7 for 16. And I put in there, stop shooting threes. Okay? Mm-hmm. Stop it. Yes. Stop shooting threes. You know, we came out, we shot 3 straight, I think it was 3 straight possessions we shot 3. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Stop shooting. 47% from the field, 36 rebounds, 34 points in the paint, 12 turnovers after 3 quarters. That's just not going to cut it. We have 12 turnovers against the Nuggets. We're going to be down 10 against the Nuggets. You can't turn the ball over that much in 3 quarters. Bench scoring now 24-22. Them over us at that particular point. So, but go ahead, Nathan. Make your point.
So I forgot one of them, but 2. I'm really glad to see. Oh, okay, I remember. I'm really glad to see, like you talked about earlier, the chemistry starting to work out between Chet and SGA. Because
yes, that's needed.
There's no future for this team without SGA.
That's 100%.
And 2, I really like because I've been kind of griping about J-Dub's free throw shooting. And
he knocked down 2 huge free throws. Woo.
To see him knock those down, really.
All net, no rim.
Yes, I know. Good sign. The last thing I see, and we talk about it all the time, but to me, it's great to see the team chemistry. Mm-hmm. You're not necessarily the coach chemistry, but the team chemistry.
Yes, I agree.
Because that means if there is a coaching change, which there hopefully, I mean, I don't know, we'll see.
We'll see. My deal is this: at 40 games, the halfway point, if we're 23-17, he got to go. We're not going to get there. He got to go.
The good thing I'm seeing is if there is a coaching change, it still seems like the team would be, the chemistry would still be there.
It just depends on who the coach is.
Right.
You have to have a coach. It's kind of like what Boston did when Udoka left. They brought in Joe, but the difference is that Udoka is a defensive-minded coach. What's it called? Mezzaluna? Joe Mazzulla. He is an offensive guy. And so you see that the Celtics have morphed more from defense to offense, which is one of the reasons why I think he wanted to get rid of Marcus. For one thing is he and Marcus were fighting about, that was one issue. So I think that to me, them fighting kind of sealed Marcus's fate about him out of there. They're not going to get rid of the coach. They're going to get rid of you. Okay, Marcus. They're not you're not Tatum. And
not Brown.
right, and I think that was his mistake, thinking he was on the same level as those two, and he's not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess my point would be that I think, and it's not there yet, but I think it's starting to develop that the team chemistry would survive a coaching change if there is.
100%. 100%. I agree with that. But what I'm saying is the Celtics hired within. The Bucks went outside, okay, and got somebody. First year head coach. I mean, not first year head coach. Who played the other night was a first year head coach? God, who was it? His first year head coach, like 40 something years old, black guy. What is? I'll think about it in a minute. But it was his first. It was who played last night? It was the Lakers and Suns, and then it was the Bucks against. Who did the Bucks play?
Let me look right quick.
Because Dame went off.
Let me look here.
Knicks? No, who was it?
76ers.
Okay, 76ers has the new coach. First.
Who's their coach? I don't know who their coach is.
Well, actually, he's not. Who was it? Who was the guy? Was it?
Is it Nick Nurse?
Nick Nurse is their coach, but Nick Nurse. God, who was it? I'll think of it in a minute when I'm not trying to think about it. But anyway, I thought that the biggest thing was in the third quarter, they hit us in the mouth. We responded to close out the quarter. Then we come in the second to start the fourth quarter, up 4. You have Josh, Dort, Chet, J-Dub, and Isaiah Joe.
Good lineup.
They were 7 for 16 from 3 to start from the start of the third quarter. I mean, from the third quarter to the middle of the fourth quarter. They were 7 for 16. They started 1 for 9.
An improvement.
So what that tells you is the perimeter defense is not good. If they're shooting like that, they're taking wide open looks, and then they got into a rhythm. And I don't care who you are, when you get into a rhythm, because the first half we were playing defense, we were running off of their misses. What is it? Long shot, long rebound equals what? Transitional points. And I've said that forever. Long shots equal long rebounds equal transition baskets. It's just that's just the fact of it. And so I think in the Thunder's case, the reason why we stopped losing so many games is because we stopped shooting so many threes when SGA started rolling, because then we were more of a half court. We still shot threes, don't get me wrong. But SGA is more of a mid-range. Josh is a mid-range, basically taking you off the dribble every time with the teardrop off the glass. That's Josh. Okay? And the only person you had shooting threes pretty much was Dort. And then J-Dub would for the most part, but J-Dub was still knocking down mid-range. So the only three-point shooters you really had were Isaiah Joe, Dort, and J-Will that shot him consistently.
Yeah.
Of the group. So, but I'm going to say this. It was 86-88. And you had J-Dub, Josh, Dort, Wiggins, and Isaiah Joe in there. And I'm going, okay, where's your big man?
Yeah. Where's the rebound come from?
Where's the rebound come from?
Offensive rebounds.
So then with 7 minutes and 6 seconds to go, 16 seconds, SGA comes in the game. And I'm like, and it's 87-88 at this point. And when they made their run and took the lead, I think it was 80. I think they took the lead at 87-80 or 88-80. What was it? 88-84.
It was 88-86.
Well, when they first took the lead, I want to say it was maybe 85-84. Maybe that's when or 85-84 when they took the lead, and then they knocked down a 3 to make it 88-84. And then we scored to make it 88-86, and then we came in and made the free throw. And that's when SGA came in the game. And I'm like, dude, when you feel them running at the start of the fourth quarter, why are you gonna let them get momentum? Then we have to fight back, which is what we had to do today, to get back in the game, and then we could close it out. But why are you doing that? When you feel the momentum changing, that's when you put your momentum killer in the game, which is SGA. He's your momentum killer. He gonna go get your bucket. But when you sit him too long and he gets out of rhythm, and then he sees Donovan Mitchell just killing us. I mean, killing us. I'm going, man, I don't understand. I don't understand what the deal is. But he was just killing us on both ends. Remember, as soon as SGA came back to the game, the first thing he did was rip him. And
Yep.
so then all of a sudden, it's 90-93. You have SGA, J-Dub, Chet, Kaysen, and Joe.
It's a good lineup. I like that lineup.
And I like that lineup. I do too. But once again, Isaiah Joe,
he was awful.
He was awful tonight. Which but he's a shooter, so shooters are gonna have bad nights. And he was great in the Bulls game. Okay, awful tonight, great in the Bulls game. And when he knocked down that long range three, and he came back and shot another one, I'm going, really? So you make one, you're gonna come back and shoot another one. I like you, but you still are not. You still are not. Steph Curry. Okay.
Right.
So anyway, but you end up having that group in there, and it's 99-102. And you've got SGA Joe, Dort, J-Dub, and Chet. And then we go on a 12-2 run is what it was. And then which knocked it down to 99-102.
Yep. Yeah, and then that trail three by Chet. Man, that was a nice.
Yes. Well, but see, it all started with Lou Dort at the top of the key.
Mm-hmm.
Remember? Because we couldn't score inside, so they were forcing us to knock down threes.
I know, as much as I hate to admit it, yep, he's the one that started the run.
Yep, so he knocked down the three. Then SGA comes off the side and he knocks down a three on the left hand 3-point wing, on the 3-point line. Then Isaiah Joe drives to the middle, kicks it out to J-Dub. J-Dub knocks down a three. Mm-hmm. And then Chet does the trail three. Stepped right into it. Bam.
I love that shot, man.
Okay.
I love that shot.
And when we made that, I thought, okay, we got them now.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's what I thought. We got them now. And then, of course, your boy comes in, gets fouled right after, makes two huge free throws to put us up 4. Talking about J-Dub. You and I were talking about him earlier. Yeah. And he makes those two huge free throws to put us up 4. And then I thought Aaron Wiggins did a great job of just getting his hand up, getting out of the way. So when Donovan Mitchell, because Donovan Mitchell shot it coming forward, so he could land in the zone of where Aaron Wiggins was. And I thought Wiggins did a great job of getting his hand up, but keeping space so Donovan Mitchell had a landing zone. Dort doesn't do that. Dort stays up in his grill. So when they come down, you're going to get a foul.
Yep.
So I love the fact of what he did there, taking Dort off of him, sliding him on something. He was running over to him, and Wiggins was like, no, I got him. And great deal, because I think Dort right there, Dort commits the foul.
He fouls.
That's what I think. And he fouls out. That's what I think happens. But anyway, he knocks down a 3, and then I will say this: when Chet got the rebound at the end,
I know, dude.
that was he got the ball ripped from him from Mobley. That was not a foul.
He did. It wasn't a foul. No, it wasn't a foul.
But if they had any timeouts, which of course they did not,
they would have challenged it.
They would have challenged that, and they would have got that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They would have got that because Chet turned and he just took it right from him. But now he did come across him to foul him. He did graze him on the wrist or whatever, but that was a foul.
That was a jump ball.
That was a jump ball. Well, actually, it wasn't a jump ball. He just took it from him.
Well, but he got it back. So,
No. He did not get it back. He took it from him, and they called a foul. Mobley had the ball.
Okay, I was going to say, I thought he got it back before they called the foul.
No. Mobley had the ball. He just took it from him. They called a foul. And then, of course, which allowed us to take the ball out on the side. We call it a timeout, which puts it on the middle. Then they doubled, for whatever reason, he calls a play where SGA catches it in the corner at half court. Yeah. What the hell?
I hate when they do that. Oh,
now that's a 4-on-2, a 4-on-1 play right there. That's 4 players on 1 because he's in the top, he's in the corner, which means you have the out of bounds line, you have the half court, and you have 2 defensive players. That's 4 against 1. And he made a great pass to Josh, and I forget what, Strus maybe knocked it out of bounds, which saved us. Then the next play, you kick it out to J-Dub then he knocks down the free throws. Because I promise you, they did not want to. But I will say this: with the game on the line at the end, the SGA to go he went and got the ball.
Josh wasn't throwing it to anybody but SGA.
But I'm gonna tell you what, I was counting 1,001. He threw it at 5 seconds.
Oh my God, I know.
He threw it at 5 seconds.
You got to do something.
He threw it at the 5. It was at 5 seconds because I was going 1,001, 1,002. It was 1,005, and he threw the pass at 1,005.
Oof.
Yes.
Good thing they didn't call it.
That's what I said. But but they're not going to call that. They were going to give him 1,006, 1,007. Or 1,000 at least 6. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to call that at that point. But yeah, it was real. It was 1,005 because I was counting. Well,
I'm going to say that, I mean, again, I don't like griping about rest, but they kind of owed us anyway.
Oh, no doubt. But SGA finally gets up there and shoots 2 free throws.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
What do you average? 11 free throw attempts last year?
Yeah, it was
maybe more than that.
Yeah, well, he shot 669 free throws, I think, last year. Led the NBA.
No, was that shot or made? I think those are made.
Yeah, he made.
669
yeah, made. Yeah.
So attempts are, I mean.
Well, if you shoot 11 attempts, 11 attempts, that's 11 attempts would be 820. 830.
Yeah, 820. And he shoots 90%. So,
Well, so he didn't shoot that many then. He didn't shoot that many then. So, but anyway, here are the let's compare first half to second half. Okay, let's do that. First half stats: Cavs 42, Thunder 52. We ended up winning 108 to 105. They ended up shooting 9 for 23 the second half. We were 8 for 24 the second half, but we were 4 for 4 when it counted.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
We're 4 for 4 when it counted.
Not how many is win, right?
Yeah, we were 4 for 20. What was that? 24. We were 4 for 20 up at that point.
Oh my God, that is horrible.
Yeah.
And
then we knocked out our last 4. Yeah. Crazy.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Let me get this right quick. I think if I remember correctly, I think Chet was 3 for 4, wasn't he?
Well, we're gonna get to that here in just a second. Field goal percentage, they shot 32% for the first half, 41 for the second half. 41% for the second half. 48 rebounds. They out rebounded us. We out rebounded them by 3. They out rebounded us by 4 in the second half. And then pips, points in the paint. They outdid us by 6 the second half. And then turnovers, they had 7 to our 10. I can promise you against Denver, if we have 18 turnovers, we're not winning. Golden State, we're not winning. The Kings, we're not winning. The Suns, we're not winning. We're just not. We're not winning. We have that many turnovers. We cannot, like I said, 12 to 14 is the maximum we can have turnover-wise and beat a good team. Now there are times you're going to beat teams with 18 turnovers. I mean, come on, it's going to happen. But for the most part, you're not going to consistently beat good teams with that many turnovers. Bench scoring, the Cavs ended up with 22. We only ended up with 17 bench points. 17 bench points.
Yeah, Taysom had 9 of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then, of course, here is what we were talking about when you look at the overall who was what. Chet, 5 for 9, 3 for 4 from 3. How often is that going to happen? 16 points, 12 rebounds, 7 blocks. Congratulations to Chet setting the Thunder rookie record. Poku had the record at 6.
6, yep.
Yep, along with Ibaka. Was Ibaka 5 or 6? Ibaka had 5. I guess Ibaka had 5, and then Poku had 6. And then, of course, J-Dub, 35, Chet 31 minutes, J-Dub 35 minutes, J-Dub 4 for 14, 2 for 4, including a huge 3, 4 for 4 from the line. And, as a team shooting 78% from the free throw, that helped. That really helped. Because Lou Dort is the only one that missed free throws, really, 4 for 6. Isaiah Joe missed a tech, which it just wasn't his night, okay? It just wasn't his night.
No, it wasn't.
SGA 36 minutes, 15 for 26, which he's normally, if shooting that many times, that's why he was, because normally he's 15 out of 22, 15 out of 23. 2 for 2 from three. He's starting to get that ring, get that down. 11 rebounds, 5 steals. How about that? 4 assists. So 34, 11, and 5. But 5 turnovers killed us. J Dub had 4 turnovers, and Josh had 3. So just between those guys, we had 12 turnovers. Of our 18, were between our three best players. How often is that going to happen?
Not very often.
Not very
often. I was just looking at the box score right quick. As bad as we shot from 3, well, we ended up not bad actually. But,
it was worse than that, like I said, compared to what it was.
The starters, though, listen to the starters.
Yeah.
3 for 4, 2 for 4, 2 for 2, 0 for 1, 3 for 4. So the starters actually, I mean, golly, what they shoot 75% from 3?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Isaiah Joe is what brought us down 1 for 7. Jang 0 for 2. Like Jang played okay. When I look at the guys off the bench, Kaysen 19 minutes. I'm perfectly okay with that. Michik 6 to 10 minutes. I have no problem with that. Okay. Wiggins, he needs to be about 19, 20. Isaiah Joe's he's okay. If he's not knocking down shots, he should be at 11. Wiggins need to be at 22 at that point. Jang at 11 minutes. Lindy Waters, I don't even know why he's in the game. 1 minute.
1 minute.
But he plays him. He plays him the last minute of the first quarter to put him in the game. That's what he does.
He was a +3. He was a +3 in his 1 minute.
With nothing. No stats, but he was +3.
He was +3 while he was on the floor.
And put it like this, Kaysen was a +3 with 19 minutes.
19 minutes. Yeah.
Michik, 6 minutes +2. Wiggins +2. Isaiah Joe +12.
+12.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah. But you know what? I just laugh. See, the plus minus, I never look at that because to me that doesn't matter. I mean, I'm like, that's nice. But I'm just saying, we're in a key part of the game. What the hell did you do? That's
George a -6. Yeah, and he won. I mean, he won the game for us. So that tells you all you need to know, right?
Yep. He did. He played well. 9 for 13, 3 for 4.
And you know how much I hate to admit that.
Yes, I do.
And I'll tell you, Isaiah Joe and J-Dub played bad, but Josh played awful.
Yes, he did.
He was 1 for 8.
Yeah, he did not play good. Josh played bad. There's no doubt. He did not. This is one of his worst games, no question. Okay, I can't. There's no defend. I can't defend him.
No, that play-in game against was it Minnesota last year?
Yeah.
Those two were probably the worst 2 games I've ever seen him play.
Yeah, 2 points.
He did have 6 rebounds and 6 assists, but
Josh. I think that there's certain teams and certain players he struggles against for right now. That's what I think. Because I think offensively, totally, we struggled as a team. Because SJ really couldn't get to the basket. And when he did, he got 0 calls. Because I think he should have shot at least 8 free throws. At least. And then that call on the out of bounds when he came and he just ran his hand through him because he was coming over the top and they called a foul on him for that. I'm like, are you calling that? Really? I didn't understand that.
Free throw attempts. Donovan Mitchell had 11 free throw attempts. And SJ had 2.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It was pathetic, man. I didn't see that. What do you want? Huh? What? Well, come here. What do you want? What do you want, huh? What? Come here. Okay. Ace trying to get a little love. Sorry.
No, you're good.
He's trying to be a big old baby. He's like, Dad, you've been in here way, way too long. Get off that and throw the balls for me.
Hey, I'm not the one that I started griping about the other night about Drew and Ben talking other sports. Man, you watching the World Series?
No, I did not watch it.
Oh, it's tied up 5-5, bottom of the ninth.
Okay, now, okay, yeah, but I don't really care. I mean, to be honest with you, it's not something I really care about.
I just watched the World Series, man. That's about it.
I mean, I do, but it's got to be somebody I want to watch. Now, speaking of that, Oklahoma City, guess what's coming, guys? December 12th. We're going to promote this every time. Vote
You better
yes.
vote yes.
Vote
If you don't vote
yes.
yes, you better tell me why, and you better have a good
They
reason.
don't have. There's no good reason.
No, I'll hunt you
There's no
down.
reason. If there's no reason, you're not getting your taxes raised, so you can't use that. So what are you saying? We don't need another gym. We don't need a new facility. Ours is old. This team, as good as they are, as young as they are, don't deserve to have a new shiny new toy, a place to play in. Is that what you're
Here's
saying?
the thing too.
Is that what you're
If you
saying?
have down, if you have a downtown business, or you want to, if you go back to how it was in the early '90s, be my guest, man, because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, because I was talking to somebody about that, about, the $600 million impact. I was like, dude, do you understand how many people come in for the games? Your hotels are full. I mean, people are coming in from, because people follow their teams. And if that's
Mm-hmm.
their team, you come in from Tulsa. The people come in from Tulsa. The people come in from rural areas to watch the Thunder play. Like, we had this couple that sat in front of Randy and I forever, Nathan, ever. And they drove
Mm-hmm.
up from Lawton and would spend the night
Game.
for every
Ooh.
home game. Pretty much, I would say probably 38, 37, 38 games they came up.
Ooh.
And we were like looking at them like, why y'all doing that? Go, hey, we're in Lawton. We have our own business. It's great for me. He goes, my wife and I, we come up here, we spend a night in the hotel, we have a very nice dinner, we go to the game. We go someplace and have a drink afterwards, and either at the hotel or somewhere downtown. And like most of the time, they stayed at the Skirvin, and they would just go to the piano bar, which I love, Red Piano, or they would go to Mahogany afterwards and sit in the bar and have drinks after that, because Mahogany stay open a little late for after Thunder games than they normally do. So, they loved it. So I'm assuming that there's a lot of people who do that exact same thing, Nathan, to where they come into town for one reason: to watch the Thunder. They spend a night in the hotel. They have a dinner. They have drinks afterwards. So, as you know, you're spending a night in a hotel. What, probably $150.
$300 at the Skirvin? Yeah.
Well, it's more than that if it's at the Skirvin, but you
Yeah.
spend
So
them a
it's
minimum of
350,
$150. Let's say you're going to spend between hotel, dinner, and drinks. You're going to spend $500.
Oh,
You and your wife,
easy, yeah.
real
Absolutely.
easy. Because if you go to Mahogany, or you go to
That's more than your hotel room right there.
right. That's what I'm saying. So your hotel room is $200, and then Mahogany is every bit of $200. Let's say $150, depending on what you get. I mean, you can get out of there for $125, depending on what you eat. $150, and so that's $350. And then the Thunder drinks are $18, for double. So and then you go out and you're gonna you're probably gonna have 2 or 3 drinks after the game with the wife, not more than that, because then you want to go to bed because you got to get back and drive back the next day. Now it's really great, like when they're like, to me, what is really going to be beneficial for the Thunder when they have a Friday and a Saturday night back to back,
Oh
or have a
yeah.
Thursday Saturday game. Like we have back to back Sunday Monday is not the same, because if you have a Friday Saturday or a Thursday night Saturday game, then you get to spend the night on Thursday, spend the night on Friday, spend the night on Saturday, then go home on Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're a season ticket holder. If not, then you just come in on Friday night, you spend the night Friday night, come in, have dinner, have fun, get up, go to the game on Saturday, hang out, whatever, see the sights. Oklahoma City has a lot of things to go see. Then you turn around, have the dinner that night, have drinks, and then you get up, have a nice brunch, and bounce back to wherever you live. So, Oklahoma City has got so many things that they offer that people should do. So, well, what is your takeaway overall for the game today?
It could have been disastrous, and I think it turned out about as good as it could, to be honest with you, because you saw the fight, you saw the comeback, you saw the rookies play well, you saw, J-Dub play, clutch time played well. I think Chet had a great game. He has that stat line. He's not gonna have 7 blocks every game, but he has that stat line with 2-3 blocks a game. Man, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
So,
And then we're talking.
I want to see more of Taysom already. Like I want to go ahead and watch the game.
I do. He and SGL work well together. I can see that already.
Yeah.
Okay, here are our next 10 games. Well, my takeaway from the deal is they hit us in the mouth, and I said that at the beginning, and we fought back. And I just like I've said all year, or like I said last year, one of the reasons why I picked them to win 40 games is because what I saw 2 years ago at the end of the season, that gel, that fight that they've been in so many close games. So many close games. They know what to do to close out a game. They D up. They don't give you good shots. Everything's contested. They give you one shot. You don't get multiple shots. Everybody box out, and then we go make a play offensively on the other end. That's how we've won. So now in the first two games we're WW, which is I thought we'd be 2-0 right now. Now here's when, the Nuggets and the Pelicans, we have to win 2 out of the next 3. And that's going to be tough.
Yep. Detroit. So you got Denver, Detroit, New Orleans.
Well, the Nuggets game is actually on ESPN, isn't it?
No, the Pelicans game is on ESPN.
Yeah, but I think the Nuggets game got switched.
Did it?
I think so. Will you look that up, Nathan?
Yeah, let me see.
But I think because Drew said something.
ESPN's website, and it's not showing it on ESPN.
Okay, or maybe it's on. Well, what is it on? Because Drew said it was a nationally televised game. They switched it. And I'm like, well, I don't think so.
Let me look and see if they got anything. I'm on ESPN's website right now, and I don't see anything. But let's see.
Well, yeah, because
well,
you pull up the Thunder schedule, it should say they would update it on Thunder schedule. But anyway, we have the Nuggets this Sunday is our next game at 2:30, opening night. And so Randy and I were laughing because this would be our 16th straight opening night game, Nathan.
Oh, man.
16th straight.
That's awesome.
Now, we were a little disappointed what we got for opening night last year.
Oh.
He and I both looked like, what the hell? I guess we're giving this to, kids. What am I going to do with this thing?
That's going to be a hell of an opener.
Yeah.
It's a great day. It's a great time.
And this is so funny is all our other openings, they gave us some cool stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We've gotten some cool stuff in openers, but this last one.
Who did we play last year on opening night?
I don't even remember. I can't tell you who we played in any opening night. I mean, I don't really remember, to be honest. I just don't. I just know it was just great having the crowd. But what's going to be good is it's going to remind me of year 3, year 4, that we were here. Year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7, where opening night was just crazy.
Hey, if I remember right, and I could be, correct me if I'm wrong, you remember the year that I'm trying to remember this, that we got beat in this Western Conference Finals by Dallas. So that would have been 2011, right?
Yes. We got beat by the Lakers. Remember that was that was 2010 or 11.
No, okay, so I'm talking about the year after that, when we got beat in the Western Conference Finals by Dallas. No, it was the year that Dallas won the championship.
Yeah, I remember. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so the next year, do you remember that game? And I don't remember if it was opening night or not, but when KD hit that 3 from about 30 feet.
Feet out. Yes.
Oh my God, dude!
It was crazy.
Oh man, Vince Carter hit one like 2 seconds before that, and I was like, dang. And then KD
came right back, bam, yeah.
Went nuts, man. Went nuts.
Yeah, we were screaming and yelling, yeah. And that was one of the actual games. Commander stayed to the end. He normally leaves early and goes and hangs out. He and Kimberly, they leave and they go hang out. But anyway.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. I did that once and I'll never do it again. It was game 5 of the Clippers Thunder 2015-16, I think. And I left with about 4 minutes to go. We were down by like 14.
Oh, we came back. That was a great game, bro.
I get in the car and Westbrook's shooting for the lead.
Yes.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yes, I was. We did not leave. We're Commander and I was like, you want to go? He goes, no. He goes, let's wait let's give it another minute. And as soon as that came out of his mouth, steal 3, brick, boom, layup, dunk. I mean, it was like boom, boom, boom. All of a sudden, then the crowd gets into it. And that's one thing that Josh Giddey said last year. Oh, my God, this crowd's loud. I go, bro, you have no idea. You think that was loud. You have no idea.
Even know.
You guys have no idea what Oklahoma City brings when y'all are rocking. That place rocks right with you. Thunderdome, that's why it was called Thunderdome, because it was thundering. It felt like thunder up in there. So those guys have no idea what's getting ready to come to them. So Sunday, what is your prediction?
Oh, I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be a tight game, but I don't think we're going to win that. I think we'll probably lose by 4 to 6 points probably.
Yeah.
But it'll probably be a pretty tight game.
Well,
because without Jay Will to defend Jokic,
we're in trouble.
Don't know.
Is he gonna? Is he playing?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they said a couple weeks on him.
Well, it was a couple weeks, but that was a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I just don't know.
It takes every bit of 4 weeks for you to be 100% healed, and that happened. And he didn't play in one preseason game, right?
Right. Yeah. There's no reason to rush him though.
No, I agree with that. I'm saying, but he didn't play in one preseason game, right?
I think he might have played in a couple. Yeah, he did because he played that night that not everybody else played, and I think it was the third or fourth game he played.
Yeah, so he won't play. Well, the good thing about not playing him, they don't know what to expect when we play them again.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So that's a good point when we play them again. So
I think you're going to see probably a little bit of Olivier Starr Sunday night or Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Because Chet can't defend Jokic. I mean, that's
there's no way.
Talk about mismatch. Mismatch. I mean,
no way. He can't. We don't have. Sarr can't defend him. Davis Bertans would be the only one that could possibly defend him because he's European.
Well, and here's the thing, though.
So he's the only one that could probably. Europeans can defend each other.
Yeah, but I mean, very few people in the NBA can guard him. So I mean,
I don't think anybody can guard him. First of all,
right. It's not a knock on anybody. It's just saying. I mean,
he can't guard him.
He's the best player in the world right now, man.
No, that would be Giannis.
Okay, all right. Well, that's just a matter of opinion.
I agree. To me, the best player, you play both ends.
I don't
play both ends.
With that
you gotta be. To me, if you're the best player, you're playing both ends, not one end. You're the best, like Steph Curry. He can. To me, how the hell you're the best? You don't play defense. You're the best offensive player. You're not the best.
He affects that side of the ball so much.
Oh, 100. Oh, he passes, he shoots, he gets to the point, he runs the floor. When he catches you jogging, he lulls you to sleep is what he does.
Is that team not even a playoff team without him?
No.
I mean, maybe a play-in team?
Yeah, maybe. No, I don't even think they're that.
So, I mean, that dude, I get what you're saying, and I think you're probably right on Giannis. It's probably just recency bias, but
yeah, man. I don't have any recency bias. I mean, I'm just looking at what somebody does. Like to me, the first NBA the first MVP Giannis won or Joker won, that should have went to Giannis for his third. The second one he won should have went to Embiid, not him. The third one that he lost is the one that he actually should have won, and it went to Embiid. Okay,
60% total shooting percent, and it was crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to say is this year he should have won, but I think because they didn't give it to Giannis and they gave it to him, and then when you think about the only 3-time winners in a row, you can't put Jokic in the same class as Larry Bird and Michael. You can't. You just can't. No. I'm sorry, you can't. He is not that dominant. He's not like them. Because remember,
Drew wants you to send the link, but I think it's kind of too late, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we're done now. So anyway, yeah, because we're getting that was our last deal. So anyway, bro,
hey, I want to tell you, I just want to throw this one stat out there, and then we'll let you finish up. And I can't remember.
When did he send that? When did he send that?
Oh, just now. So last year, Jokic, I think it's 60. I think it's 60%. He shot under 60% in 2 games last year. 2 games shot under 60%. Isn't that crazy? It's not like he's around there shooting 5-footers. I mean, that dude shoots.
No, I'm with you. I mean, okay, my thing is this. I just sent him the link. My deal is this. I don't have a problem with Jokic. Like I said, he should have won it last year. He just should not have won it the 2 years before.
I can't argue that.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. This year was the year he actually deserved it. He did not. That 2 years ago and last year, I'm like, your team is 5th. How the hell are you the MVP?
Yeah.
Your team is 5th. You're not the MVP and you're 5th. Sorry. There ain't no way in hell you are the number one player in the league and your team finished fifth.
Your favorite player won the MVP.
I'm out on that, dude. I'm talking about now.
Just
okay,
saying,
tell him, Drew. That was then. That was then.
Hey, that was then.
That was then.
Hey, man, what a great comeback tonight.
Dude.
I mean, wait, I tell you what, Cleveland just served that up on a platter.
Well, but you know what though, Drew? The defense locked them down. They had nowhere to go.
Lots of turnovers, but they have 4 turnovers in the last 2 minutes.
But that's what I'm saying. The defense, huh?
Did that game remind you a little bit of a couple years ago, the second game we had against I think it was Minnesota when Melo hit that three with a couple 10 seconds to go, and then Wiggins hit that half-court shot.
Yeah. But you know what? This game, like you said, Drew, this game was, to me,
nasty.
It was physical. It was a good old East Coast. It was a not Western Conference. That was the Eastern Conference game tonight.
Yeah. You can really tell the Cavs were missing their guard.
Yeah, they're missing Darius Garland.
They struggle. I mean, 22 points a game, and he's basically their main ball handler too. So you could really tell they had a lot of turnovers.
And Donovan had to play 42 minutes.
Yeah, boy, he was just launching them, wasn't he?
But Drew, Nathan and I talked about how the hell do you wait so long to put SGA in the game in the fourth quarter when Donovan is on the floor?
Yeah, I didn't understand that. That lead went from 8-0 in about 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
And then they just kept him sitting over there and got himself down 8. And then it was like, come on, man. That's your star player. Put him in the game.
They have their star player in the game. Your star player's on the bench.
If they were playing anybody tonight, that wouldn't have happened.
Nope, I agree. The Commander's right, Drew. This guy, he's going to cost us games because
he won't be there next year. I'm already out. I'm already out on the rope, out on the ledge, out on the limb. He will not be the coach for the Thunder next year.
Yeah. Now Nathan says he asked me this question, Drew. Go ahead and ask him the question you asked me, Nathan, about if we bring our team as a group and how they're playing together. If you got a new coach.
Yeah, so I just made a comment really.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly the question, but the comment was I think. I like to see the team chemistry is getting a lot better, and I like that because I feel like that can survive a coaching change. As before, I wasn't sure.
I agree with that, but I think it's going to have to be somebody with some stroke. It's going to have to be a Doc Rivers. It's going to have to be a.
Well, he's just saying somebody like him.
Somebody like that.
Yeah, that's all he's saying.
Has some stroke that's got that he's going to demand the respect, and they're going to respect him and what he's saying in the huddle because he's a winner. He's done it before. Somebody like that.
Yes,
not necessarily him.
How do you guys feel about Budenholzer?
No. I like him.
Budenholzer, no, I don't like him.
No,
I mean not as the Thunder coach.
Him. I mean, I like him better than what they got.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think to me, you hire your younger coach who is up and coming like the Spoelstra was. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You go get your guy like that who's sharp, who understands, who's forward thinking. That's what you get. Because let's face it.
What about Bill Self, Matt?
Bill Self. That's what I mean. Somebody like that.
Oh my God, we love Bill.
Boy, now, could you see Bill Self?
Oh my God, yes.
Kansas.
Yes. I don't see him losing. I don't see him. Home. I don't see him leaving Kansas.
Well, let's be honest, guys. I mean, they hired Dagnall because in the position they were in, they weren't paying a coach $8 million.
No,
they're not paying $8 million.
Well, no, because they didn't have players that you're not paying him $8 million, coach $8 million, because you didn't have a bunch of players that deserved an $8 million coach at that time. I think you do now.
Yes, I agree 100%.
I think they got a nice little. They play well together, man. They're fun to watch.
Okay, I have a question. I have a question. Hey, Drew,
drinking the Kool-Aid yet, but they're a pretty good team.
I have a question for both of y'all. When they went up and it was 100 to 90, did you think it was over?
100%.
Absolutely.
2 minutes left. 100%.
It was 4 minutes to go.
Well, they were down 10 with 2:52 left.
Was it 2:50? It was 3 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, 2:52 left in the game. Yeah. They were down 10.
You thought it was over?
Absolutely.
Then Dort hits the three. Then SGA hits the three. Then J-Dub hits
the turnover where they had the ball down in the lane. They were up 3. They go in the lane. The guy kicks it off his leg, throws it away, and then 7-footer. Numbnuts hits a 3 for us.
Yes, the fourth one. That's what I'm saying. We went. I mean, Drew. We went Dort, SGA, J-Dub, and then Chet. Boom, boom,
and
boom,
they
boom.
made and you know what? Don't undersell it. They made the free throws down the stretch too.
Oh
6
yeah.
in a row.
Well,
bang, bang, bang.
Well, somebody brought that up. The guy on the other side of you.
I was telling him I was nervous. I was real nervous when J-Dub got fouled, and I was like, oh no.
I was too.
Because that's something I've been griping about.
Boy, I tell you what, lucky he made both of them.
Yeah.
3 was dagger.
But you know what, Drew? Those ones he made, all net.
Mm-hmm.
All net. Not even no rim, no nothing. All net. Nice and calm. Boom. Which helps his confidence.
What's your feelings with Denver coming to town?
Well, Nathan, go ahead.
I think it'll be a hard fought game, but I think we lose 4 to 6 points probably.
No Jay will is what we're saying.
Yeah,
That's the difference.
Because we don't have anybody guard Jokic.
No, not really, not at all.
I mean, Lord, as he said, we have Sarr
and Booker and the Michael Porter Jr. is a tough cover for them too.
Yeah,
without the Arkansas kid.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon's a tough cover.
He kills us every time.
Yeah, he does. Well, we don't have anybody to match
people this year, man. He's getting matched up with guards, and he's just backing them down.
Well, the thing is this, is that the person that can deal with him is Wiggins. Okay, Wiggins can deal with him because he's big. He's only about 3 inches taller than Wiggins. So Wiggins is crafty enough and long enough that he can bother him a little bit. But other than that, but with Michael Porter Jr., we don't really have another answer for that because we don't have a long wing because you got Jang. And he match up, but he can't. He has no ability to defend. So you can't do that. So that leaves you.
I missed your stat line tonight, Matt.
Which one?
What did Cleveland end up shooting for 3?
Okay, hang on a second.
9 for 34 or something like that.
Hold on. Cleveland, the Cavs were 12 for 45.
Oof, pitiful.
God, that's just terrible. I mean, that's a lot of missed shots, dude. That's way too many threes and a lot of missed shots.
Yeah, but Drew, they were in the third quarter and fourth quarter. They were 7 for 16.
Yeah, they came alive in the second half. Well, they came alive. They started playing really physical in the second half.
That's what I'm saying.
Their on-ball defense. They were up on shooters. They were pushing a lot of people out of the lanes. I mean, as I was telling you, boy, I tell you what, they forced me to buy the Bally app tonight because I cannot listen to the Thunder announcements on the radio.
You can't listen to the sports
they're
animal.
So bad.
They're terrible.
I mean, they whine about every call.
They're terrible.
It's like every little call. If you bring it, boy, he's pushing him down the floor. They're not calling that all night. Oh, he got hit. Oh, he's small whistle there. I mean, it's just one thing after another after another. I'm just like, Jesus.
Let's be real though. Michael Cage is much better. You know, I mean.
I think I'd rather listen to Michael Cage.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Drew. Here's the stat line for our 3-point shooters, as Nathan and I were talking about. For 3-point, this is the starters, Drew. Chet 3 for 4, J-Dub 2 for 4, SGA 2 for 2, Josh 0 for 1, Dort 3 for 4.
Yeah, you get that, you're gonna win a lot of games.
Pretty good.
You win a lot of games. A lot of games.
I tell you what, if you get that kind of Chet, watch out.
Yeah, well, but like I said, Chet, but see, Josh had 2.
Yeah.
He's 1 for 8. And, like I said, 2 things you're not going to do. You're not going to win a lot of games against good teams with Dort scoring 25.
No.
You're not going to win games with him scoring 25.
You know what, man? They might just be one of those teams this year, Matt, that you can't play. You know what I mean? One of those old school, they kind of remind me of, remember the Jazz a couple years ago? About 2-3 years ago when the Thunder played them in the playoffs and they had the big white kid that got the threes. That was kind of a scrappy.
Oh, you talking about AK-47?
No, the bigger guy. The guy, I think he was from Boston College or something. I can't remember where but big white guy, number 24 for Utah. But they had the guy from the Lakers that they got in the trade, and they were really just getting going. And that kind of, and they had Donovan Mitchell. That squad.
Well, when Quinn Snyder was the coach, wasn't he?
Correct. They kind of remind me a little bit of that team where you could just never put them away.
Yeah.
They're young enough. They just keep scrapping. They play hard, and they're never gonna go away.
Yeah, and they had the Stifle Tower Who was the other guy? Who was that? I know who you're talking
What was
about.
that guy's name?
Skinny
He
white kid.
killed Oklahoma City too.
You talking about Ingle? You talking about Joe Ingle?
Joe Ingles.
There it is.
There,
Joe Ingle.
Yep, left-handed. Killed us.
Yeah.
Jingles. Call him Jingles.
Yeah.
But they kind of remind me of that team, that made that nice little run in the playoffs.
They had Mike Conley. Mike Conley as a point guard.
You could never put that team away.
Yeah. They, the whole thing is, this is what I was most proud of tonight. Our defense and the fact that we know how we play, like I said, and I told Nathan this earlier, Drew. We played in so many damn close games in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
We know what to do at the end of a game. We know what to do.
Just give it to SGA.
Yes, and move out of the way. And then let him. But tonight, let's face it, Dort hit that driving shot to the back. He got over the top of him. Yep. So he did that. That was nice. Dort played good today. I have no, I'm with Nathan, though. I don't want to see that every night. But, when it comes down to it.
That was my no, yes moment of the night when he did that.
Yeah, but my thing is this. I don't want him thinking he can do that and come out the Nuggets. If he thinks he can do that against the Nuggets, we're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Yeah, the big thing with the Thunder against the Nuggets, they got to have a good first quarter. They can't let the Nuggets get up on them 15, 20 points because that's just not a team you come back on too often.
No.
They've got too many guys that are too smart with the ball, and Joker's a good passer. If they get down early, they'll be in trouble.
The only things like when the Lakers came back against the Nuggets, you had to go against their second unit. But the problem is with our coach, when they put their starters back in there, you're still going to have your damn second unit in there playing against their starters, and so whatever you gained is going to be gone because he doesn't match up. So anyway.
Right.
All right, fellas, let's get out of here.
Right.
What was the score for the game? Who won the World Series game one, Drew?
Still on right now. Seager hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the ninth with one out, tied it up.
God.
It's in the top of the 11th right now.
Yeah, top of the 11th.
Oh, God. I guess I got to turn it over and watch it now. Okay, I can do that. Well, no.
You going up to Stillwater tomorrow?
Yeah, but I gotta open the gym at 7 a.m. in the morning. So, yeah.
You're going to the game?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not going because I could not get in my club level.
So you're staying in town?
Yeah, I don't sit out in the cold for football, bro. If I'm not on club level.
Come over to the house, watch the OU game and the Husker game.
Yeah, I may do that, but I can't. Yeah, because I get off, I think, at 2:30. What time do I get done? I need to figure that out first before I do everything else.
She comes on at 6:30.
Hey, I just want to go ahead and throw this out there because I know probably Ben's listening.
2:30.
He is. He was 5-0 in fantasy until last week until he played me. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, I haven't won. I'm 1-6.
Yeah, I only beat you by 3 points though, man.
Yeah, I got robbed.
Yeah. Y'all crack me up. All right, guys, let's get out of here. I appreciate y'all. My guy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com and my boy Nathan Taylor of YNB talking about the Thunder and the great win. And we'll get together Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon after the Thunder game. So
hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. All right, brother. All right, fellas. Appreciate y'all. Want to thank everybody else for watching this edition of After the Storm, your Oklahoma City Thunder post-game analysis, bringing you the truth, trying to help you get smarter. And on top of that, because I believe the smarter you are, the more informed you are, the more willing you're going to be to participate.